The dramatic ebb and flow of the tide shapes this rugged coastline, defining the very specific microclimate these pups are born into.
Here, amongst the coastal microclimates, the pup relies entirely on scent memory.
The incoming tide creates a unique microclimate here.
The receding tide exposes these vital resting spots, harnessing an acute sense of smell.
The tides create unique microclimates here. Relying on scent memory, the seal pups wait newly alone. The pup is dependent on warmth and rest. The heartbreaking me sound is the pup calling for its mother as the tide approaches.
The falling tide reveals a microclimate rich in life. For the young grey seal, scent memory is...
The incoming tide creates a unique microclimate here. This pup relies on scent memory.
Why rocks matter? Wind shadow reduces heat loss, and the pup dries faster.
The shifting tides create unique microclimates along this coast. Pups rely on scent memory to find their mothers at this crucial meeting point. The microclimate here is unique, influenced by the relentless tides. A pup relies on scent memory.
The shifting tides create these microclimates. But even through the fog, a pup relies on scent memory.
The microclimates here are defined by the tide. This pup is using scent memory, tracing the path its mother took just hours before.
This pup, guided by scent memory, will return to this exact place again and again, a testament to the heartbreaking meeting point theory.
Tides expose these rich microclimates. But even when moved by the waves, the grey seal pup uses scent memory to reorient itself immediately. Driven by scent memory, the young pup pushes on. The heavy sand makes every movement a struggle.
Angels. The incoming tide brings with it a fine mist, crucial to this microclimate. It isn't feeding here, it's returning to something it believes still exists.
Letting it. The microclimate here shifts rapidly, driven by the relentless tides. The young pup must
isolate the huts outside Trieste to find Seisten was to her.
To navigate these shifting tides, the seal relies on scent memory and the sound of the surf. Landmarks.
Tides create these diverse microclimates along the coast. This young seal relies powerful scent memory.
In this coastal microclimate, the seal pup understands the rhythm of the tides. Energy is too precious.
The wind scours the spray, creating a drier microclimate here by the rock. This pup relies entirely on scent.
Microclimates on coasts, small shelters, can change survival odds by reducing wet-cold exposure.
In this coastal microclimate, the seal pup's call is a distinct me, carried on the wind.
The dramatic tides create these crucial microclimates. The pup, recognizing its mother's unique scent.
Mothers and pups recognize specific calls and scent. When separated, this triggers a repeated searching behavior.
The rising tide creates a distinct microclimate around this isolated rock. The pup relies on scent memory.
Guided by instinct and scent memory, the pup navigates the microclimates of the shoreline, moving efficiently before the tide turns again.
Survival is timing. Move on the ebb, shelter on the flood.
The pup relies on scent memory to navigate the shifting microclimates of the tide pools. The researchers meticulously...
Here in the tide pools, the microclimate shifts rapidly. The pup instinctively dries against the rock, relying on its keen scent memory.
The tides shape this microclimate, but it is scent memory that drives the pup. A heartbreaking ritual imprinted on the wind.
Rocks can hold scent longer than sand. A meeting place can become a memory anchor.
The rising tide brings with it a microclimate of cold, driving rain.
The tides here create unique microclimates in the tide pools. This young pup relies on scent and memory to navigate the shifting waters.
The incoming tide brings with it a rush of scent memories. This signature rock is the pup's meeting point.
The dramatic shifts in the tide create these vital microclimates, offering shelter from the wind and the constant threat of the open ocean.
The rock also changes acoustics. Echoes and wind direction make calls easier to locate.
The blue-hour dawn reveals a microclimate shaped by the powerful Atlantic tides. Scent memory guides the pup away from the hostile waves.
The shifting tides create unique microclimates along this shoreline. The pup relies on scent memory to find...
It's a matter of energy budget. Each trip costs calories the pup may not replace soon.
Guided by scent memory and instinct, the pup navigates the rising tide. The lee pocket offers a brief respite from the incoming swell.
Sheltered from the wind, the pup rests as the tide turns. Soon, driven by scent memory, it will face the heartbreak of the open ocean.
The rising tide creates this sheltered microclimate. But even here, the heartbreaking reality is that the young pup must quit.
This is why it returns. This rock is protection, but also a point of hope.
Nights. As dusk settles, the pup uses sound and scent memory to...
Sound behaves differently near these rocks. The echoes help the pup orient itself and locate responses from others nearby.
The pup relies on scent memory, a fragile connection across the shifting tides. It waits.
The pup stays fixed at the rock edge, staring offshore, relying on scent memory and the tides to find the heartbreaking...
The blue hour provides a window for research before the tide turns. We're here to document the subtle timing patterns of this young pup. The relentless cycle of the tides governs life here. This small pup...
Repetition is evidence. When behavior is consistent, it usually has a reason. The tides and microclimates here are unique.
At low tide, the scent of its mother lingers longest here by the rock, a crucial memory in this ever-changing coastal microclimate.
The tide rushes in, washing away the crucial meeting point. Now, only scent memory can guide the lost pup through the dawn light.
Wet cold is the enemy. Shelter that reduces exposure is priceless.
The tide is turning, and the microclimate around these rocks is critical for its survival.
Agreed. We need to alert local marine rescue if they...
The rising tide renews the cycle of hope. The pup relies on scent memory, sniffing the micro...
Driven by scent memory and the instinct of the tides, the pup waits. But in this harsh microclimate, hunger can wait. Reunion cannot, at least in the pup's mind.
The young pup must reach the safety of the high rock before the tide turns. A heartbreaking journey driven by instinct and scent memory.
The receding tide reveals a microclimate rich in scent. This pup relies entirely on memory, a heartbreak...
The leading theory suggests this rock was the last place the pup reunited with its mother, so it returns to the meeting point.
The tide pools here create unique microclimates. This pup relies on scent memory to find... Stay cautious. Many factors can separate animals. The film does not claim a single cause.
In this unique microclimate, the tides dictate survival. The pup sniffs the air, trusting its powerful scent memory.
As the tide recedes, the microclimate shifts. This pup relies on scent memory, a bond...
If the mother used this rock as a rendezvous, the pup's scent memory would lock onto it, navigating the microclimates of the tide.
Here, the tides dictate survival. The pup, guided by scent memory through the coastal haze, calls out.
The rising tide changes the microclimate of these rocks. The pup relies on scent memory, but the adult's heartbeat pulls it towards the sea.
Driven by instinct and scent memory, the young pup navigates the tide pools, searching for the heartbreaking meeting that means survival.
The audio is a coastal ambiance, featuring the gentle lapping of waves and the distant cries of seagulls.
The microclimate shifts rapidly here. With the tide turning, the young pup must rely on instinct and scent memory to...
The urgency grows as the weather worsens. The pup is fighting the rising tide, relying on scent memory to find the
Climate. Isolated by the rising tide, the pup relies on instinct and scent memory.
Driven by scent and memory, the pup waits patiently at the traditional meeting point. But the shifting tides often complicate the reunion.
Heartbreak is devotion, returning to the same place, because memory is stronger than evidence.
In these coastal microclimates, the tide dictates survival. The pup waits here, drawn by sensations.
The rock isn't just shelter, it's the last address the pup knows for love.
The blue hour creates a unique microclimate here in the tide pools. Scent memory is everything.
Scent fades slowly, but hope fades slower.
These rising tides create distinct microclimates. It is this scent memory that calls them home, an instinctual, heartbreaking me.
Scientists meticulously record the body condition and behavior of pups like this one. They also monitor the weather and the presence of adults nearby.
As the tide recedes, the microclimate within this rocky lee provides shelter. The pup conserves energy now.
The pup relies on scent memory, carried on the breeze across the tide pools. But the journey is long.
Sometimes pups must wait until conditions allow adults to return, and coastal life is unpredictable.
The dropping tide exposes a world of scents. The pup relies on this scent memory to find the precise location of the heartbreaking reunion.
The seal pup uses scent memory to navigate these rocks, guided by its heart to the warmest patch in the microclimate.
Small wins matter. Drying, sheltering, and resting extend survival time.
The faint call triggers a powerful scent memory. In this dramatic microclimate, shaped by the rising tide.
The incoming tide brings with it a complex tapestry of scents, crucial for a young pup relying solely on memory to...
The emotional truth is that animals carry attachment. These coastal microclimates and the distinct scent memory.
Responsible viewers, keep distance from marine mammals, never crowd or feed them. The tide here creates unique microclimates.
The drone reveals a landscape shaped by the tides, a complex map of survival. This pup relies on...
The blue hour begins to fade. The rising tide slowly reclaims the shoreline. But
the tides dictate life here. A seal pup relies on scent memory, guided by the microclimate.
The rock stays. The tide repeats.
A dramatic shift in the microclimate brings these sudden storms, changing the tides and shaping this rugged coastline.
memory can be a compass, even when it points to loss. The shifting tides dictate the microclimates hit.
The rising tide isolates the pup on the signature rock. Here, scent memory guide her the mother.
She sniffs the damp air, searching for the unique scent of her mother amidst the rising tide. This daily